I have actually just had my tiny mind blown by this incredible, amazing woman. For many, many years in business, we've been talking about, the power of impact and the power of business for good, and what would happen if we could actually track that. And actually for many years that's been a dream. And even in our own business, we tried to create these little spreadsheets where we could think about, if this happened, then maybe we could do this. But you've actually created something that completely automates that. Can you tell us a little bit about your incredible, it's not just a platform, it's not just a program, it's something that's changing the world.
Well, B1G1 was known initially as Buy One, Give One, because we, in 2007, we imagined a world full of giving, where every business action leads into positive impact in our world. So imagine if every time you had a cup of coffee, a child received access to life-saving water, or every time you read a book and got inspiration, you planted a tree or helped educate a child in need. So that's the idea of B1G1. So it's an idea initiative, but over the last 17 years, we managed to continuously work on building, designing, and creating the platform that actually powers the desire of every business to actually lead to measurable, tangible, positive impact in the world. So today's B1G1 platform actually have APIs to link, business story into actual impact. And we have more than 450 carefully selected projects around the world that are broken down into micro unit of impact. So access to water, access to education, access to income generating opportunity, or human rights support and counseling, or forest protection, or plastic, saving plastic from the landfill or ocean. So we got so many different projects today, but the most exciting thing is that we work with so many amazing businesses around the world that are expressing their giving spirit in a way that actually makes things better for everyone.
This is actually blowing my mind. And we just looked at the platform, and it's one of the most beautiful and simple platforms. I absolutely frost over it as a designer, as a user experience person. And what we love is we're now looking at that for our business to say, well, every person who joins our community, this will happen. And every time we do this, this will happen. And to be able to make good on that impact and to be able to see that impact is, like I said, completely blowing my mind. I'm sure it blows your mind too. What are some of the projects that you, in the last, I know you've just got back from a bit of a world tour, and we were just talking about the experience that you had in Ukraine, which I know for our family, we were really passionate about how might we actually support in a kind of more tangible way. What are some of the projects around the world that you've seen real impact through the platform?
I mean, every project is amazing, right? But the Ukraine one, for example, it's overwhelming today to think about all the things happening in our world and how people's lives are impacted everywhere, right? Like the wars and climate change, natural disasters. But instead of feeling overwhelmed and do nothing, we want to mobilize every business to do something, and the little things that they could do today and every day. So in Ukraine's case, when the war started, we had already projects that were delivering access to warm clothing or meals or education support to children, but we actually raised quite a bit of support from the business community at the onset of the war. And when I visited Ukraine just recently, actually a few weeks ago, I saw at first hand how the just one piece of warm clothing is really so life-changing for a child and life-saving for a child, when especially electricity supply is so easily disrupted. And now the cold winter is coming, so you can see that even just that few cents of support makes a huge difference.
Absolutely mind-blowing. And it's so exciting, this idea of these little micro changes. I'm obsessed with micro change because I'm a behavioral scientist, and I'm really obsessed with those little things that when you stack them up, they can make a big difference. And so some of the impacts that, I've seen in the back end, like you can you can actually be donating a small amount,
Yes.
right? Like I know a lot of small businesses, you know, we think, oh, how can we give? You know, we're just barely getting by with our GST payments or like paying our invoices, but some of these payments are quite small. How small do they sort of start?
Well, it can be a few cents, right?
Wow.
Like 1 or 2 cents can give access to water for somebody for one day, for example.
Wow.
But what we believe is that wherever we are at our business journey, we actually have the ability to make a positive impact. And it's so overwhelming. Like when we think, oh, one day when our business is so much more profitable or so much more successful, we might never do those things, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, if we find the little things that we can do today and celebrate that, then every day we could be celebrating something special with our team members, our customers, clients, people around us. So it makes our journey much more meaningful and enjoyable.
It becomes a community experience. I think what I love is a lot of people spend money on marketing and Facebook ads and things like that. And I just saw this nifty little thing where I could actually be rewarding people for engagement, but by giving actually to causes rather than spending money on a platform where the money kind of disappears. Like the idea of this experience where word of mouth and we're giving and where actual impact is the currency. Oh, it's blown my mind.
Yeah, and of course, for businesses, growing and developing businesses is so important. But when we are measuring important metrics in the business, we could be measuring like revenue target or profitability target, right? But the thing is, those things that people kind of like around the business don't care much. But the thing is, if we are celebrating those metrics with positive impact, that's bigger than ourselves. It unites the people inside and outside of the business together with a collective mission and vision. That's going to have a so much better kind of like impact.
Changes the world. You're changing the world. It's absolutely amazing. So we are literally setting this up in our business today.
Yes.
And it's as easy as that. It's as easy as actually setting it up. I can't wait to go on this experience. Steve and I are going to record every step of this journey. We want to make this as public as possible because in all of my years of business, I'm electrified and on fire and so in love with what you've created for this beautiful planet of ours. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And because for us, by working together with businesses like you, we have the ability to spread the word and create even greater ripple effect. So we don't want businesses' impact to be just about that business. We want that business to be influencing and impacting other people and businesses so that our collective impact continue to grow in the world.
This is so exciting. So stay tuned for the next episode. I'm going to be showing you how simple it is to set this up in our business so that you can learn and be part of this incredible transformation. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.